Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. I won't have to try to go play this back and make sure my microphone is working. But I've recorded about 3 videos a couple weeks ago, and my mic wasn't working, and therefore I had to trash it. And now it is September 12th, Friday, and I felt compelled to say a few words about Charlie Kirk. What a sad, sad situation. I'm a big fan of Charlie Kirk's, and I've there are few people on the conservative side as articulate as Charlie, that he can really state his opinion in a nice way, and as he's dealing with these college students, as I watched him, I get the sense that he's you know treating them as if they were his own children. You know, however misguided they might be, but with kid gloves. There's a purple hair, overweight, left-wing nut job on there, and people were starting to giggle, and he said, no, 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 give her the respect she deserves. And that's what I liked about Charlie. He did things, I think, in the Savior's way. And one side note you may not know, my wife, who's Japanese, listens to a regular, I think it's what you call a podcast or a YouTube video from Japan, from a conservative Christian group, and they knew they had something to do with, I guess, uh, 3 or 4 days before he was assassinated. He just returned from Japan, and he was invited over there to speak, and they had some of the nicest things to say about him. But I can't remember all the details, but I'm sure he talked about a lot of things political as well. But one thing they did mention, he was testifying of Jesus Christ, almost like from start to finish, and trying to get people to realize that because of Christ we'll all live again and be resurrected, and that we can receive peace in this life, and among the turmoil in the world we can have peace and confidence in knowing that Christ is our advocate with the Father. And so that's what I love about Charlie. But anyways, I of course live here in Bountiful, Utah, which is you can see the Salt Lake City Airport almost directly west of here, where the vice president landed. Was it yesterday? He came to pick up Charlie's body and take it back to Arizona. And I thought it was such a nice gesture. And oh my heavens, never before I have seen a vice president step in to be a pallbearer like that, and to transport the remains of a patriot to his home, and then to have even the air traffic controller, when they arrived in Arizona, he said, "Welcome back, Charlie. You didn't deserve this, and may God bless. You know, may you rest in peace, and may God bless your family and friends, and children." It was such a touching tribute. Just a simple few words that a air traffic controller said when that Air Force 2 touched down, and I thought it was such a nice gesture for the president and the vice president to offer that plane to transport the remains of Charlie Kirk. And oh my heavens, he was a great voice of reason in a world that is almost devoid of reason anymore. And anyways, and part of the problem, this is what I want to talk about. Part of the problem is too many people in this world today equate speech to violence. If it's something they don't like, they take it as it is. You might as well hit them across the face. In their mind, it's one and the same. You know, that is so sad to so many people. And then, oh man, let's just say worry about some of the clampdown on free speech in the UK that's going on right now. I don't know enough about their politics to know if it's coming from the Prime Minister or from internal. It's coming from the people or whatever. I don't know. But there are thousands of people that have been thrown in jail for quote unquote offensive speech online or maybe not online. And then I hear these same Brits, or many of them, complaining that, oh, President Trump reminds them of Germany in 1930s. Oh, it's the same thing. I go, really? This is my favorite president of my lifetime and the hardest working, most transparent, most accomplishments, the biggest peacemaker, the most transparent, the least war-loving. He's going to bring law and order back to this country and make it safe again. Oh my heavens, the people of Washington, D.C. love him for what he's doing there. People of Chicago are kicking and screaming the whole time while they're quietly can't wait for him to get there and clean things up with the National Guard. I just applaud everything he's doing. I've never seen a harder working president. But anyways, about Charlie Kirk, oh, what a great American. And people now that he's gone were saying, oh, he was probably our best. He was destined to be one of the next presidents of this country. And I don't doubt that. He's an articulate guy and self-educated. That's what I love. And as the news reports come out about this assassin, he was a nice guy, supposedly, and then went away to college and he got radicalized. I think at Utah State by professors and the student body and by whatever. I was like, it makes me yeah, really question the value of a college education these days, especially if that's what you're sacrificing. You know, your kids are going to come away indoctrinated with some crazy ideology and purple hair and new pronouns. It's just, anyways, and I applaud the father of this assassin who, I guess it was brought to his attention that his son was this guy, and I think he had a kind of Abraham and Isaac kind of crisis probably. What do I do? You know, we're gonna go for the death penalty here in Utah, and rightfully so. And so if he didn't turn him in, he was going to be found anyways, and then probably executed swiftly. Or if he had the courage, probably realized what his fate was and would commit suicide, and we'd never get the full story. So his father was put in a place that no father wants to be put, to turn in your own flesh and blood. And I would say, yeah, I applaud him, and he did the right thing, and I think it would be a very difficult thing to do, but I would probably do this exact same thing. Um, you know, it's not like Abraham and Isaac, where Isaac was a innocent boy, and Abraham was tested, and I would never wish that test upon anybody, but in the end, Abraham was not tested, and the angel stopped him, and Isaac didn't have to be sacrificed. But oh my heavens, what a test for a parent. The ultimate test. So I know a lot of former believers turn to that story and say, oh, I could never do that. I agree, I could never do that either. And I don't think I'd ever get that test because, but in God's wisdom, I'm sure that He knew how Abraham would respond to this test, and it was counted for his righteousness because he intended to follow through with it, but the Lord stopped him, and I was so thankful for that. I mean, that story is one of the tough ones in the scriptures to explain to a non-believer. Oh man. But anyway, Charlie Kirk, oh, rest in peace, and may God bless you. And I'm sure that Jesus Christ is welcoming home this faithful son, and I just pray that his wife and children will be taken care of. Oh my heavens, what a world we live in. And then this the beautiful Ukrainian girl who got stabbed on the, was it subway, or I think it was a subway in Charlotte. I did not know Charlotte had a subway. I've been to Charlotte before. It's a beautiful town. And oh my heavens, she was just killed in cold blood and unprovoked. This guy just stabbed her, and it's sad because it just helps reinforce the reinforce some of the race relations that have gone sour in this country. It just gives people another reason to believe that their assumptions are correct when this is done. It's just so it's so sad. And then hi, and then was this the guy that was arrested 14 times, and that woman judge of his own race, I think, just let him, just a revolving door. I think this, in the grand scheme of things, a good portion of the responsibility will fall on her shoulders too when she faces the judgment seat of God. Oh my land. Yes. What is wrong with people? Oh, and then Charlie, to try to, he debated people with the most respect and most Christ-like attributes, as if this was my child that he was talking to, these college students. He wasn't belittling them. He was trying to build them up, give them confidence to change. And oh wow. Anyway, so that's 14 minutes. Now, if I can remember what I talked about the other day, Made 3 videos, and they were all bad because the sound was not recording. As you can see, I've got this new cattail looking microphone that I hope is picking up. But that's video 1 for today in the hopper. Okay, we'll see you. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.